Happy 5D Day, everybody. How are you? And happy Friday from wherever in the world you're at. So, okay, we're going to continue our really cool way of being able to get us to manifest here and really create and function and just get everything we want, just like the gods did, right?
Right. How to manifest like a god and goddess.
So, we talk about one of the basic principles, like if we start to take a look at this in action, right? So we want to talk about what is the gateway, like what is the frequency that we have to be able to maintain. So it's all about frequency. We hear all these things like it's about frequency, it's about frequency. So how do you maintain that frequency that allows you to manifest? The first thing, basic rule of thumb, I believe most, if not all faiths say this to you or teach this to us, is gratitude, right? So the first thing we want to do is something, I know these sound like such basic principles, but really this is stuff that you live by, and sometimes we just have to start by, start from go and then just kind of go from there. But let's start with gratitude.
They are basic. And they're the most simplistic, and more often than not, we look over the most basic and simplistic things that can instantly shift our frequency, raise our vibration, take us snap us out of a mood, because we're so fixated on everything that we have to do, we have to work hard for.
Right.
And it just doesn't need to be that way. And that's what we're really here to teach people, is to help you step into your own self, help you just enjoy your life, start to enjoy your life more. That is really how you become the ultimate creator. It starts at home. It starts first by enjoying your own life. Now, we named the show, you know what? Hold on a minute. We have to. We didn't even put up our banners. Hang on one second. All right.
See how prepared we are, everybody? So
we just came out of an
while
interview,
April's doing that,
so
like the first thing in gratitude is going to be like, just some basic disciplines is like, when you go to bed at night, put yourself in a position where when you wake up in the morning, that you'll something to be grateful for. You know what I mean? Are you grateful for where you live? Are you grateful for your surroundings? Are you grateful for the person that's with you? That you are there with. So really kind of put yourself in that kind of position. And that's the starting, okay? Because remember, that's the starting of your day, because you don't want to start your day all messed up, right? You don't want to start your day like just real and then have to bring it back down or whatever. So start with a nice, this is really good. The weather's nice or whatever that is. Again, as basic as it sounds, it is so critical. It's an edge. It'll give you an edge because it'll help you really set the platform for your day.
Got it? All right.
We have an air show today too.
I don't know if you can hear that, but we can hear that very loud and clear. I'm not sure if you can hear that on your end. The air show is starting tomorrow, so they're practicing, which is absolutely spectacular. So let me tell you something. Sitting here, having this great conversation, looking out the window and seeing the majestic
Blue Angels
and the Air Force, it is just all inspiring. And I hope we can at least share some of it with you tomorrow. But getting back to what we were saying, gratitude is the gateway. It's the gateway frequency to. It's literally vibrating. It's vibrating the whole house. It's the gateway. It's the frequency gateway to being able to tap into multidimensional information and energies that are available to all of us. And that's where it starts. Gratitude and appreciation. That opens the door. Not only does it open the door, gratitude actually changes your biochemistry. And it opens up your heart. Now, many people think that your mind controls your body, but it's actually the reverse. Everything starts with the heart. It's your heart center that communicates with your brain, not the reverse. So these are reasons why it's so important to open your heart. And the easiest way to start opening your heart is to be in a continual state of gratitude and appreciation.
So if you're going to look at life like as your life, as we get into this way of being able to manifest and attract things, just remember, so our position on this is always going to be this, and this is the value we hope to lend to you, is that life in and of itself should not be difficult. It should not be a struggle. We are the ones that struggle through it, and that's by the ego, right? So we got to let go of that ego. So, a couple of things just to really think about, like as we all go through the days of life, right? We think about, there's those blue angels again. So we go through, everybody has these. Again, you want to look at gratitude, you want to look at forgiveness. There's different stages of life. So if you've got, let's say, where you had an altercation with somebody or this, you want to release those energies fast. Like you want to release. You don't want to manifest. You don't want to manifest, and you don't want to hang on in any shit that you don't have to. If your stuff is really just, remember, the key to this whole thing is what do you got to do to maintain a super high vibration? Because then and only then is where you're going to attract that goodness in your universe, whatever it is.
I think we have to backtrack though.
Why?
We titled the show "Manifest Like a God Goddess." First things first. You have to have the come to Jesus moment if you haven't had it already.
Or Buddha moment.
Or Kuan Yin moment. That you are the creator of your own universe. You are the creator of your own reality. No one controls your life and determines your life unless you allow them to, other than you. And as many know, that we are entering a new election cycle, and there's a lot of hoopla that has recently erupted. Do not get caught in the same trap. Do not make the same mistake twice and put all of your eggs in one basket of who's going to end up as the president of the United States, because they will never create your reality.
There's one emergency broadcast system coming, okay? But you have to ask for it to come. It's not coming from anywhere else. It's your own emergency broadcast system. That's the only emergency broadcast system that's available to you right now. You call upon it, bring on your higher self, your higher consciousness, and that's how you're going to get things. Listen, the universe is trying to wake people up right now. It's trying to wake you up. Well, that's why you're here right now. Or I'm watching shows like ours. Is that it's really
which we are so grateful for.
We're so grateful for that, for real. Listen. At the end of the day, this is how we manifest. We walk through it. We talk through it. We just have these conversations. So for us, words are the creation, right? So we actually create these and make our words into creations. And as you go through these things, you're going to find out, like we talked about, just a quick recap, remember this, to always be around people that you're looking to want to do, you know what I mean? They have what you want. They have the lifestyle you want. That's who you want to surround yourself with. Avoid the people that don't. I mean, it's a pretty simple formula from that perspective. Now we start to take action. So how does some people, the proverbial, why do some people just go right to the top effortlessly and some people just don't? Look, it has to do with the fact of getting out of your own way, okay? It literally has to get out of your own way. This is how you do it. It's not about who you know or what you know. It's about getting out of your own way, because you are the God, you're the goddess, okay? If you want to manifest like a god or goddess, do you think they have to go through this? Do you think they have to go? They just think about it and these things appear, So if you can think in terms of that and start to get comfortable with that, start to do things like, look, we don't watch the election cycle, and I don't care what your political beliefs is at this point. I mean, used to 2 or 3 years ago, it was entertaining, but at this point, I really don't care. Okay. And you know what? Life's better for me. I'm just talking about me now. Life's better for me because I don't care, because I don't give a shit. Because you know what? It really, truly does not matter. I don't really care what anybody else says. It just doesn't matter who's there, who's wherever. You know what I mean? And whoever's doing that is doing that. Find out how to live your best in your existence.
Look at it from this perspective. Just ask yourself, how will it change my life personally? Chances are it's probably not. Only you are going to be able to change your life personally. Now, getting back to gratitude and appreciation, not only does it literally change your biochemistry, but it puts oxygen into your body, right? It regulates your breathing. It takes you out of that fight or flight mode. Now, the other thing too is, let's backtrack on this one. You can manifest things in your life that you don't want just as easily as you can manifest things in your life that you want. So if you have the ability to manifest things that you don't want, which lots of people do, and we have been very guilty of it in the past, why not turn the table around and focus on what you do want? Because your energy is so strong, it's all a matter of getting to raise your vibration and then matching the frequency of that which you are trying to achieve. And if you're in an egocentric or fight or flight, fear, if you're caught up in this illusion, which it is an illusion of separation, you're going to be in a low vibration. And when you're in a low vibration, you are going to manifest those things that are also in that same frequency. So let me give you a quick example. If you go throughout your day and you're thinking, the world is doomed, I feel awful, I'm constantly sick, I'm broke, there's not enough money to pay the bills, I'm very unsure of my occupation and my employment, I feel very scared. If these thoughts are running through your mind, this is exactly what you're going to manifest. Similarly, I'll take it one step further because this is very easy to identify. If you live and you're in the mindset of the world is out to get me, people are putting spells on me, my neighbor is constantly cursing at me or looking at me negatively, everywhere I go, people snarl or snare or stare at me weirdly or awfully. That's exactly what you are going to draw because you are matching that frequency of people that have that same mindset. So you are literally a magnet. You're a frequency and vibration magnet. Think of it from that point of view. It's the easiest way to break it down. So if you're out in the world and you're like, my life sucks. You know what? My life sucks too. I'm going to match that frequency. And that is what I'm going to draw into my life, whether it be a daily basis, whether it be momentary, because we all have lapses of judgment. We all have lapses of insecurity. We all have lapses of fear. We all have lapses of loss. The key is to not get caught in the loop. The key is to recognize what is going on and then to step back, take a breather, take a moment of silence, put yourself together, immediately put yourself in a state of gratitude and appreciation, and that will immediately wash those energies and that thought and that frequency away. The reason why Jay and I are going to continue talking about the value and the importance of gratitude and appreciation because it is the center of your universe. And when you learn to master and harness frequency, vibration, and energy, everything in your life is going to shift. And when you realize that it's easier than what you have been taught to believe, because we'll just call it the people that control the world, so to speak, or they think they control the world, right? If you're under that illusion, they have suppressed these thoughts and technologies. These are furthest truths. That is a grand illusion. There is no separation. That is utterly impossible. Check that off your list. That is an illusion. having to work yourself to death to have abundance and prosperity is an illusion. Check that off the list. So then how do people do it? They learn to master and harness energies, vibration, and frequency. And it all starts by gratitude and appreciation.
If you want something right now, like if you want something, okay, just really super practical steps here, everybody, super practical steps. Whatever you do, if you want something, if you want wealth, if you want health, if you want creation, turn the news off. Mainstream news, alternative news, whatever it is, turn off anything that absolutely does not bring you high power. There's a lot of entertaining stuff on TV. Watch that, seriously, and you won't get caught up into the stuff, because I believe.
We'll answer that.
I believe, and we're gonna get to questions here in a minute. So
I have everybody's questions. I posted them on Facebook.
After I get a quick rant like you did, is that, but I believe that those are the negative influences, if you would. And they just play you on both sides. One says they're mainstream, one says they're alternative, one says they're alternative, one says they're mainstream. They're the same damn thing. They're the same problem. It's shit that doesn't involve you, okay? Like I said, I mean, the most liberating thing in the world is, your
freedom.
Is your mental freedom, is not having to know what's, and I'm not saying don't be prepared. Look, when you got to be responsible, do what you got to do. But look, come on, you don't need to worry about the day-to-day operations of a government or something that you're not a part of. So don't worry about the day-to-day operations of your life. And I tell you, you'll start to have a breakthrough. This stuff starts to happen very quickly if you actually act like this. But the minute you turn something on, the minute you ask about, is that emergency broadcast system coming? Is the banking system about to crash? Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Now you've got sucked down in that well again. You got sucked down in that well. These things should not adjust in your universe. If you believe that we live in different timelines, or we have different dimensions, or people are living in different dimensions, then live in your own dimension. Then live in a dimension, live in a timeline
Create your own timeline.
Where bankings are not going to crash. Where who gives a shit who's president, or live the ones you want. And the only way to do that is by not acknowledging what we got right here, because shit's messed up a lot of places. That's why we personally decide to turn it off. Okay, now let's get to questions. All right.
Wait a second, Jay. So let's talk about real quickly. Well, how can you create your own timeline? Very simply. Start leaning in the direction that you want to be in. Now, you can jump on any timeline. If you want to jump on the timeline that's, the world is crashing and World War III is coming, and, we're all doomed, you can have that timeline, 100%. Now, we're sitting, and I'm literally less than 25 feet from mega yachts. Many, many, many mega yachts. Now, I am pretty darn sure they are not thinking the world is doomed and coming and the world is crashing. They are living their life. They are loving their life. They're enjoying their life. They are appreciative, and they're living in gratitude. Now, could they be going through hard times? Of course, everybody goes through hard times. But how are they able to manifest these amazing pieces of machinery while other people are struggling to pay their electric bill? What are they doing differently than the majority of the rest of the world?
They realize that people are getting played from both sides. People are getting played. So what we suggest is, if you take on the fact that if you subscribe to anything and you're not getting what you want, it means you're being played. It literally does. It just means you're being played. So don't get played anymore, and realize that, there's conflicting things. Take a step back. Don't listen to anyone. Listen to yourself. Get connected with yourself. Get your spirit to get to know each other. And that's by disconnecting. I'm not saying disconnecting from media, social media, friends like that. I'm simply saying disconnect from the people that try to preach shit to you. You know what I mean? Sorry about my language. But start to preach stuff to you. But if you start to do that, you're gonna start the instinct and the process of really starting to trust yourself, which is what you want to do. Okay.
Here's the other thing too. Let's talk about what Jay just said. Play. We all came to Earth under the same provisions, under the same rules and regulations as everyone else. Now, when we came to Earth, we came into this dimension which has the illusion of life is hard, separation, fear, loss. These are illusions that you can call it the Matrix, and a lot of people call it, you can call it whatever you want to call it, a mind matrix or an actual matrix. The more that you become one with yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more intuitive that you become, the more in tune that you become, you realize that these are really games that we're all playing, and it's not bad. We came here to learn how to live in a better frequency and vibration, and to be able to break free of these illusions. And when you learn how to do that, this is what creates the major shifts in your life.
Ready for some questions?
Yep.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. Here's your questions that you sent in to us. Now let's give it a go.
Great.
All
Let's first answer this one.
This one? All right, cool. So can you please start a Patriot bartering platform? No, there's no money in that.
I don't know about that one.
I'm sick and tired. Great idea. I'm sick, but you can start one.
I was gonna say you can start one.
I am sick and tired of working with companies that are not vibrating in excellence. Check. I'm in a bartering group and the people are not good.
Then get out.
Then get out. I sell art clothing and I should be super successful, and I'm visualizing and manifesting, but it would be easier surrounded by like-minded people than surround yourself with like-minded people. I love everyone in the world, and I send love to everyone every day. Love you guys, and we love you back, and lots of love to you. So there's the answer to that questions there. You're not happy, get out.
Get out.
You're not happy, get out. Don't try to force it. Don't try to work it. Just get out. It doesn't serve you.
Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. You're chasing that. Right? You want to attract it. You want to be a magnet to a platform that is giving you what you want and is also making you feel happy at the same time. Right now, from what we're gathering, there's a disconnect. You're not happy with the situation. If you're not happy with the situation, simply change it. This is not, I'm sure, the only platform. And if it is the only platform, good for you. You're onto something really big. Create one.
Yeah.
Create the platform. Create the bartering platform that you want to see in the world.
A bartering platform with a membership fee. There you go. That's how you do it right there.
I don't know about that, but
a nominal membership fee. Why not? Just in case the bartering thing doesn't always play out at times, but I'm just saying.
Well, let's think about that for a second.
What?
Maybe you're experiencing that bartering ship platform because you're realizing what it is that you don't want, which is a great thing. That is not a negative. Hi, Michael. That is not a negative. That's a positive. So you're realizing through the experience of it what it is that you do want. So that is an opportunity. Maybe the universe is saying to you, you know what? We're showing you what you don't want, and we can easily show you what you do want, and we can show you how to create it as well. So don't look at negatives. Let's hold the thought here for a second. Do not look at negatives in your life as something bad. That is not usually the case at all. It's the universe showing you, okay, you're having this experience, and now you know that's not what you want. So it's giving you an opportunity to create a new and a different and a better experience.
Yeah, just create your own thing, man. Or lady, just create your own thing, and just go with it. You're already putting it out there. You've already identified your core points, which is amazing. So lots of luck and love for you on this one. Keep us posted as you get through.
Yeah,
for sure. I'd love to hear how this one goes.
It's a great idea.
And charge a membership fee.
Well, then it wouldn't be bartering.
It doesn't matter. There's exchange. It's like if people take stuff seriously, maybe.
Okay, so we had some questions rolling in. Okay, so this is from Maria. She said, God said, let there be light. I don't know if God really said that. Maybe they did. I don't know. It's according to certain texts and books that it seems to be. She said, God said, let there be light. This means let there be God. God is light, not darkness. When God gets mad, does this mean God is in darkness? I don't think so. Can light never be in darkness ever? So let's break this one down.
Light can never be in darkness. What she's saying is light can never be in darkness.
Hold on, let's backtrack. God is light, not darkness. God is everything. First of all, God is the light, God is the dark, God is the creator.
God is the gray, the pink, the blue.
Yeah.
The shadow.
Exactly. That goes back to the idea, the construct of the ego. We try to put God in a box. We try to put God in a box. This is God. It's a him. It's this person that is going to condemn us. It's this energy or this essence, this entity that if we don't behave a certain way, we're going to be damned for all eternity. That is a human construct. That is not creator consciousness. Humans made that construct up. There is no God, goddess energy that is not encompass of everything. They are everything. They are the light. They are the dark. They are the almighty creator. You are the almighty creator. So hold that thought right there. The next part of that question was, when God gets mad, does God get mad? Okay, so let's think about that for a second. Source energy is the highest level of any consciousness. If you're at the highest level of any consciousness, there is no mad. You don't, that's a human emotion. So God, this version of God, there is no God that gets mad. That is a made up human construct because God consciousness doesn't have human emotions.
So other than maybe like hanging out at a church because you like people there and it's a great social gathering, there's no intrinsic value to it, meaning that, what are you praying to? Do you know what you're praying to? Do you know how you're praying to it? How is that working out? It disconnects you from source when you have to travel. I would just watch this for a second. If you believe you're source, then you get in a car, but you drive to the place where you believe source is. Source isn't in this building, right? So it's not in this building.
Well, that's God, right? Putting God in God.
That's God in a box. So God doesn't. Look, if you
God in a steeple.
All I'm saying is this: is that we're all gonna throughout lifetimes are gonna have our own theories and our own versions of what this looks like. What we're trying to share with you here is what we work with, based on the rules and parameters that this universe has given us, right? So we don't know. But we're working with what we got, okay? And what we find out is that, well, look, if I just have to wait for a specific day, or I think that this, whoever it is, I don't know, but whatever that is can get mad or upset at me, that's just not a healthy way to live life. And you can't manifest because if you're worried about if someone's going to be mad or not mad or anything of that nature, it's impossible to manifest because you can never let your freedom soar. You can never, ever be your authentic self. So to be your authentic self, you've got to realize that you are self, you are it, you are source, you're a part of the creation, and that's it. It's just really, that's it. Try that one out.
it is really, truly so much more simplistic. If you kind of just put all of your human constructs to the side for a second, like dogma, put the dogma to the side for a second and just go back to the basics, go back to simplicity, and think of it from this perspective. Creator, source, energy, the highest frequency that is attainable. If you're in the highest frequency attainable, there is no hate, there is no judgment, there is no ego, there is nothing other than unconditional love, period. And that goes for every single solitary person, whether you're a mass murderer, whether you've done awful things, even to children, whether you've committed the worst of worst crimes. When you're in the highest level of frequency and you are in unconditional love, that's all they see. That's all they know. That's all they vibrate at. There is no hate.
So try.
There is no anger. There is no judgment.
There is nothing there. All right, next question.
Okay.
Moving right along.
So to answer your question, Mike, it's the air show.
It's God. That's God, Mike. That's God. That noise is God.
It's the air. The air show is tomorrow, and we are so blessed and so grateful because we are right in the heart of it, and they're literally practicing and flying over us right now. Like they're as close to the level of the palm trees. It's pretty amazing.
Now our dog doesn't have the same
the animals
sentiment.
Are out.
He's not really happy about the Blue Angels.
Yeah, but we are
flying over. But, he'll get through. We'll get.
So I hope we answered that. The next question: I'm trying to learn about breaking the stronghold of a baby mama over me and our child.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Let me just try to repeat that one again. I'm trying to learn about breaking the stronghold of a baby mama over me and our child. Okay, let's talk about that. A stronghold. You're allowing it. You have to look in front of the mirror, and everything that you're blaming your baby mama on, you're allowing her to do to you. Similarly, whether it's your spouse, your children, and you're having issues of where you feel like they are controlling you or doing things to you, you are allowing that behavior. You're allowing that frequency, which we talked about earlier, to come in. Now, also, she could be projecting what her own issues, right? A lot of the times we project onto others what our biggest issues we have within ourselves. So to answer your question, what can you do? You have to not allow it to happen. You have to love yourself more. You have to respect yourself. You have to feel great about yourself. You have to do the little things in your life that we're talking about, raising your vibration, doing things in your life every single solitary day that are going to bring you joy and happiness. And when you radiate joy and happiness, you're going to magnetize to you others that are in that same frequency.
So the other thing, if someone's got a stronghold on you and they keep causing, whenever they give you that experience of a stronghold or whatever that means to you, whatever you're associating it, do something that gets them to react instinctively enough times and they'll stop. So for example, like if they're constantly yelling at you, put some headphones on. right away, and just don't say a word. Don't react.
No, here's one better.
Put some headphones on.
Step away.
Yeah, walk away. Just walk away. Don't say a word. Eventually, the person gets the message.
If you are in a situation that has escalated to the point of one of you are going to completely just snap, somebody has to walk away and cool their jets and then come back. You know, not like the next day, obviously. Come back within a short period of time.
Unless you want the next day.
Yeah, come back when you are in a better vibration yourself. Otherwise, it's just going to escalate and probably explode to places that you don't want it to go.
Okay, next question.
All right, next question. Which is why Jay and I are such advocates of ASEA, the little blue bottle behind us.
Oh, holy smokes. Have you guys tried this face mask?
Because
this is crazy.
It's upside down.
Oh,
It's yeah, we'll talk about this in a second, but the ASEA liquid, it helps raise your vibration and helps raise your vibration so you can be at the frequency of a higher frequency, so you can attract the things in your life that you want. And the things that used to piss you off and tick you off just don't even faze you anymore, because you're vibrating at a higher level, and you're just a lot happier and you're a lot more at peace. And listen, everything that you're saying there, Eon, you don't think that Jay and I haven't been through that. We've been together for almost 21 years. We've been through the good, the very, very good, the bad, and the very, very ugly. And we live each day now, not only to better our own lives individually, but to better our lives as a unit, as a couple. And not only that, obviously we're business partners. So it's important for us not only to love each other, it is super important for us to like each other. And believe me, there are many times that I did not like Jay, and there were many times that Jay did not like me.
But it affects cash flow, you know what I'm saying? So just don't let it.
But it affected our cash flow severely.
It affects cash flow when you don't like each other. Okay,
right.
Listen, we got to move along
here. Which is why we have to, which is another reason why.
Okay, ASEA will not work if you put it in a smoothie. You have to drink it pure. If it has a strong taste, it just means that your toxins are coming to the surface. This too shall pass. And now it tastes like distilled water. It just is it's a good thing when your toxins are coming to the surface. So
I said the same thing when we first started taking it. I thought it was I said, Jay, you're insane. I am not. There's no way in the world that I could possibly take this, because it tasted like chlorine. It tasted like I swallowed the pool. And it wasn't until much later that we found out. I didn't know that in the beginning, that if it tastes chlorinated to you or very, very salty like the ocean, it's because your body's very toxic. I never thought of myself as toxic because we're healthy. I was much more toxic than I ever realized I was, because it was very chlorinated. And you're going through the detoxification phase. This too shall pass.
100%.
So just buck it up. It will not last forever. That taste will go away, and before you know it, it'll just start tasting like distilled water. All right, next question. Alexander James. How do I know my soulmate?
How do you know your soulmate?
Well, couple things. Soulmate's very, very different from a twin flame. A soulmate, usually things are a lot easier than twin flame relationships. I'm only speaking from experience. So twin flame relationships, you have a lot in common. You get along. You have the warm, fuzzy feeling. You know you're in a soulmate relationship when you feel like, I've known you before. You feel like you can read each other's minds. You feel very connected. You enjoy each other's company. Similarly, a twin flame relationship has all of those qualities, But a twin flame relationship is a lot different in it that you severely can push each other's buttons, because a twin flame is one soul that has been split into two bodies. One soul split into two bodies. So when you have one soul split into two bodies, you're literally a mirror image of one another. So the things that would piss you off about that person are the biggest issues that you have within yourself. And this is why I was just ironically saying that Jay and I have been through the good, the bad, the ugly, because we are twin flames. And if you can make it through a twin flame relationship, a lot of people don't, because it's the hardest relationship in the world. Soulmate relationships are a lot easier. They're very, very easy in comparison. If you can make it through a twin flame relationship and you can work out all of your shit, you can have the greatest relationship in the world. It can also be the most destructive relationship in the world. But that's because you have to.
But a soulmate could be like
you have to get through your own stuff.
Listen, a soulmate doesn't have to be a lover either. It could be like a mother. It could be a best friend. It could be someone that your soul's connected to. So
we have lots of soulmates.
Yeah. We're soulmates, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Maybe we're all soulmates, right?
A soulmate is absolutely not necessarily a lover. It could be a brother, a sister, a partner, a friend. It's someone that has come from your previous soul group before you incarnated. So we incarnate in soul groups, meaning when we're on the other side and we're all together and we're doing our thing, and before we decide to come back to Earth, and we all say to each other on the other side, hey, listen, I think it's our round. I think I'm ready to go back to Earth. What about you? Yes, I'll meet you down at Earth. Great. So then you start meeting your soul family. So your soul mate is literally not necessarily a lover. It could be anyone who you have a soul connection with. So I hope that answered the question. And you most certainly can have more than one soulmate. You can have multiple soulmates. You cannot have more than one twin flame. There is only one twin flame, because it's one soul split into two bodies. All right, next question.
All right, where they at?
Hold on. You just lost the Jay. What were you doing? Okay, hold on. Hang on.
So the thing that trips people up while April's looking for the next questions is that that's what people got it. Okay, cool.
Right.
So just remember, a soulmate could be anybody. Okay, so it could be anybody, and so don't get tripped up that a soulmate has to be your lifelong mate or lover. Okay, next question.
How do I find my soul tribe?
You just did.
You just did. Congratulations, Carol Ann. You found your soul tribe. How do you find your soul tribe? It's people that you connect with. It's people that make you feel good. It's people that are vibrating at your level. It's people that are in the same frequency. They are where you want to be, or they're already there where you are now. There are people that you can have heartfelt, deep soul conversations with, that you feel like, geez, I've known this person forever. I feel like I can relate to them. That's how you know you found your soul tribe, when you get that warm, fuzzy feeling, when you feel like you are instantly connecting with other people, and you're just enjoying the experience. Remember, that's what this is all about, people. This is all about how much we can thoroughly enjoy the experiences while we're here on this temporary place called Earth, in this temporary human suit known as skin, right? Because we are all light bodies. We're all light energy. We are light. This is what we are. This exterior is just a temporary human suit while we're here to enjoy the experiences. And, we get asked a lot of questions. Well, why does somebody go through these awful, awful, tragic experiences in your life? They didn't choose that. Well, let's just back up for a second. You choose all your experiences, good, bad, and ugly. And when a soul chooses to have a very tragic experience, we don't know, because we're not that soul. why they chose to have that experience. Maybe they were in a past life. In this life, they were now the victim of the experience, of the tragic experience. Maybe in the last time, they were the perpetrator. Maybe in this lifetime, they wanted to experience what they had done or they had put someone else through, that feeling, those emotions of what had the last experience. So who knows why a soul chooses the experiences that they choose? There's a gazillion reasons why. But one thing is 100% for certain. There are no victims, only willing participants. That is a very, very, very hard pill for many people to swallow, because they say, well, what about the children? What about these awful experiences that these children are going through? You don't know why that soul made those choices. I have no clue why those souls made that choice. Only that little soul knows. Maybe they did it for the benefit of their family. Maybe they wanted to show their family humility. Maybe they wanted to show the family healing. Maybe they wanted to show the family unconditional love. Maybe they sacrificed that or those experiences to help someone else that they love. No one other than the soul knows why they chose those types of experiences.
All right, moving right along.
Okay. I know that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow. I get it. Okay, so Gina, financial breathe. That's what it says, financial breakthrough. I'm not sure if that's a mistake, a typo, I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to be breakthrough. What am I missing to understand or to realize to help money flow easily from streams continuously?
Well,
don't chase, attract. That's
why?
Right there.
Yeah.
I love how the body works, and I love teaching about it. I want people to find me that want to hear about it. Something I have believed since childhood is that people don't want to hear what I have to say. That's not true. So I wanted to unravel the neuroplasticity and open the floodgates. Well,
so
you want to start with that one?
Yeah, I do. So what you need to do is that God has given us, or whatever your version of God's given us stuff like ASEA to unravel the neuroplasticity, right? So to really get, and this is the real thing right here, really get you at a level where you don't have those kind of thoughts. So, since we started taking ASEA, we've always been pretty good, but I will tell you, since we started taking ASEA, it's really making a big difference about us not having those kind of thoughts that you described there, okay? So it'll really help you. So that's the way to do it. First of all, you want to do whatever you can do. It could be that, it could be your ASEA, it could be mushroom supplements, it could be whatever that keeps you in a good high vibe state. That's the first thing you got to do. Then you can start to clearly attract those multiple streams of income, because otherwise you just kind of you sit there in confusion, and all that happens is that when you're not balanced, or you're not in a place of where your mind is clear, your mind is clear, what's going to happen is every idea you start to come up with just becomes a wandering generality. It doesn't become anything. It doesn't come to life. But when your mind is clear and you can use things like ASEA or like other supplements that you may like or whatever, but just focus on that, then you got a clear shot, because you got to be super defined, like our friend over there who doesn't want to be in a Patriot bartering system. You know what I mean? You got to be really clear about what it is you want. Where do you see those multiple income streams coming from? What is it your passion that wants to derive that income from you? Is it by maybe having a show that has advertisers? Is it by having the products that you promote? What are those things you want? So the things you first have to identify is your thought process. So people go right into this. First, they go into reaction mode, and not action mode, reaction mode. And what I mean by that is, all right, so people get stuck. Maybe they lost a job, or they feel like things increase, so they got to make some more cash, whatever. So they react. Oh God, they go to the first thing they can get. How do I make as much cash? How do I make? And it's that constant cycle, right? It's that constant cycle of just continually doing that. So the first thing to do is to step back for just a minute Just take stock of where you're at, figure out what you got. Make sure if you feel like your mental clarity is shaky, that's the first thing that's got to address first, because you won't get clear thoughts on that. Figure out what it is. Maybe is it your diet affecting you? Is it your whatever you're ingesting, is whatever's affecting you? Get mental clarity. Once you get mental clarity, then you can start to receive the downloads. And then when you receive the downloads, you don't react. Now you act. Again, clarity, download, act. Clarity, download, act. Clarity, download, act. It's really as much as that. If you're not clear, you're only reacting.
Very, very true. I'm going to tag on that with the part that says, what am I missing to understand and realize to help money flow easily? Again, go back to the beginning of the show where we talked about gratitude is the gateway frequency to multidimensional information and energy, gratitude and appreciation. So if you're like, well, how can I be grateful right now? I'm totally broke. Be grateful for what you do have. Appreciate the things in your life that you do have. And that's how you start to manifest more and more and more. Lean in the direction that you want to be in. Start talking, start telling people the story that you want to achieve. Stop telling people, I'm not saying you do this, I'm just saying in general, people do this a lot. People love to talk about their dramas. People love to talk about their woes. People love to talk about all the negative Nelly issues in their life. Stop that immediately, because what are you? You are a magnet. So if you're constantly talking about how awful your life is and how broke you are, and you're having all these issues, you are going to manifest more of those. You can easily manifest what you don't want in your life just as easily as you can manifest what you do want in your life.
That's right.
So stop talking and stop sharing and stop sending, texting, talking, posting about things in your life that are not making you happy, because all it is doing is creating more energy behind that. And that is just super fueling what you don't want to create. Start talking about the story that you do want to create.
And it's just going to slow you down. It's just going to slow your
It'll
progress
totally
down.
slow you down.
Because, eventually one day you'll wake up and you'll be like, oh, man. And you're going to be not necessarily, if you don't take action when you physically and mentally and spiritually can, then when are you? Because when you don't want to do it, you don't want to take that action when you are older, when you are physically not there, when you're mentally not there. It is going to be very, very, very difficult for you to do that. So use the opportunity. If you're not healthy at the healthiest state right now, look at things like ASEA. Get healthy, do what you got to do, get your stuff tight, get healthy, and then forge right ahead and do it, okay?
Yeah.
You'll be glad you did it and then do it as early as possible while we're on this planet, while we're on this existence, enjoying this life, so you can really do it. And the more you do that, the more you start to celebrate these things and work towards getting better and do this, the more you're going to be blessed, the more you're going to feel better, the more abundance is going to come in your life, the more this, the more that, the more, give me, get it. It comes.
Yep.
That's
not egotistical. You've been brainwashed to believe that philosophy is egotistical and greedy. It's the absolute opposite. You've been brainwashed to believe that because they don't want you to know that the opposite is true. Okay, everybody all together now, repeat after me. Ready? Celebrate life and life will celebrate you.
Celebrate life and life will celebrate you.
Celebrate life and life will celebrate you. Use that as your mantra. Remember that every single solitary day. Celebrate life and life will celebrate you. Okay, so one more part to this was something I have believed since childhood is that people don't want to hear what I have to say. That's not true. Hold the phone there, girlfriend. That very well could be true, okay? So let's just put that statement into perspective here for 1 second. Now, when you have the beginnings of your, we'll call it awakening, we have this agenda that we feel like we want to go out and tell every single solitary person, including our family members that maybe have not really gotten to the same level of ascension yet, but we want to spew everything we know and everything we've learned and everything that we believe onto them. And they don't want to hear it. And they are backing off. And they've told you, I'm using me as an example, they've said many times, I don't want to hear it. I'm happy for you, but I don't want to hear it. But because we're so happy and it's working for us, we're like, no, you do want to hear it, right? But you know what we figured out? They don't want to hear it.
And it's not our job.
They're not ready to hear it.
Right.
And it is not our job. I'm going to throw another one at you. This is also another hard pill to swallow. But once you swallow it, your life's going to be a lot better. Ready? It is not your job to save the world. It is not your job to save the world. It is your job to save yourself. That's your job. When others see that, wow, they're really enjoying their life. Wow, things really seem to be going their way. Wow, they're getting lots of exciting surprises and moves and things they want, whether it be small things or large things, a car, it could be a piece of jewelry, it could be an animal, it could be whatever. They're enjoying their life. Now, when other people start to see that, they will come back to you and they will in their way start asking you little questions. That is your signal that, hey, you know what? They're ready. They're opening up.
Actions always speak louder than words.
Don't regurgitate on people.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything. Actions always speak louder than words. If people see you living younger, longer, you look better, you function better, you make more money, you do things, they're just going to want to know, okay? It is what it is. They're just going to want to know, what it is you're doing, okay? So that's what we all do. We see people and, we say, okay, well, what are they doing? And we say, okay, they look like they're living well. They're doing good things in life. They're helping people along the way. They're doing some cool things. So, we're like, okay, well, look, they've laid the foundation. So everybody, it's perpetual motion. It's not just like someone's at the top. There's none of that at all. It's we're all learning from people.
There's no hierarchy.
There's not a hierarchy.
We've been in a program, and that's all it is. It's a program which we all can break. We've been in a program to make us. We've been in a program under the illusion of, let's always put it in that context so it'll help you understand it better. We've been in the program of the illusion of that there is some type of hierarchy. There is no hierarchy. It is you. You are your own hierarchy. You are your own creator. You are your own entrepreneur. You are your own God. You are your own goddess. You are your own creator. You are your own RV. You are your own solar flash. You are your own everything.
Yeah,
and when you start to embrace that, boy, whew, you're going to feel the weight come off your shoulders. When you start to realize, I don't have to save the world. No, you do not have to save the world. That is not your job. First of all,
you have to explore and understand every part of yourself.
Save your own world.
You have to explore and honor the light within you. You have to explore and honor the dark within you, and you have to explore and honor them equally. Okay, because if you don't, and you are quote unquote a light worker, and you're one of the light and shedding light and love and light and love and light and light and everything, one little smallest thing in the world sets you off, you're going to be postal. You're done. You're going to be the one shooting people off the top of the roof because you are suppressing what's already inherently in you. Okay. It is not something to be ashamed of. It is not something to be anything. It's something to embrace and understand. Okay. It's just understanding ourselves because both of them can teach us a lot very well. The darkness of you, Think about this.
You
If
can
you
learn
were
a
all,
lot.
if you didn't have dark, you wouldn't know how to defend yourself. You wouldn't know how to instinctively be like, wait a minute. If you were just all light, you'd let everything come your way. You'd let everybody that hit you over the head love you, whatever like this. But if you understood dark to a degree, you'd understand how to defend yourself, how to be able to look at situations very pragmatically.
And not only that, you can create from the dark.
You can, well, the universe is dark, right? I mean, from what I understand, when you go in there, it's not a light. There's stars within the dark, right? So,
And when you create, like,
which does not mean negative. It just means literally dark, like turn the light switch off.
And also, when you're in that state of knowing what you don't want, then you create what you do want. So great things are created out of the darkness.
We were all created out of darkness. So, why when people say the light is
you
one,
can't
the
have light without the dark, and you can't have the dark without the light.
When the light is one, that's just such an interesting concept.
There is no light has one. Let's clear that one up too. There is no the light has won, the dark is losing. What have they won? There is no light that has won. You are the light. You are the dark. Are you starting to see a pattern here?
Just balance it out. Balance it out.
It's learning how to balance.
All right,
that's it.
We're an hour into this thing, and thanks as always, because this is really pretty cool for us to be able to help share this. We hope those of you who submitted questions, we hope that shed some light and dark. we hope it sheds stuff on there for you to be able to interpret and help you get a better existence in this journey in life. Keep submitting your questions if you haven't already.
We love and appreciate each and every one.
Yeah, join the group. Hey, listen, if you're part of the group already, so we could keep getting the message out, share that group. You know what I mean?
Please do.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if you did that.
All you have to do is go into the group, the Common Sense Mystics, and click on where it says friends, and then it says invite. If you're resonating with our messages inside the group, please do share it. We greatly appreciate it. And something we totally forgot to even mention, Spiritually Raw. So if you all have been going to spirituallyraw.live, you might be like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? We have great news, actually. We're in the soft launch of the Gnostic TV network, Spiritually Raw. We've merged Spiritually Raw into the Gnostic TV network. So when you go there, you can still use the same link. You can still use spirituallyraw.live. If it doesn't connect, that just means you have to clear your cache, and then it will connect. Otherwise, just go to gnostictv.com, and we are bringing on all kinds of broadcasters. It's literally a network, and it's going to have all of your favorite broadcasters sharing all of their information, and we are super excited. It's been a long time coming, and it's a manifestation that has come to fruition, and we're super grateful and we're excited. Again, we're in the soft launch, but do check it out, and we will certainly be sharing more information about that as well. We love and appreciate each and every one of you, and together we are turning the universal key to global harmony and creating a unified world. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, hit the like button and hit the share, and may all your beautiful dreams come true. Much love, many blessings.